Have you ever wondered whether there exists a method that could awaken the most profound emotions within someone's heart without their conscious awareness? What if I revealed to you that Carl Jung, the master of unconscious psychology, has been discussing this concept for decades? Picture being able to touch someone's soul before they wake up, utilizing Jung's teachings to connect with something that transcends rational thought, something that occurs in the quiet hours of night when the unconscious mind becomes most vulnerable, most receptive, and most genuine. This isn't sorcery, nor is it manipulation. This represents pure, profound psychology. Carl Jung believed that what we call destiny is frequently nothing more than the unconscious mind that remains misunderstood. What if the truth is that by falling asleep with a clear intention, you can gain access to the most hidden layers of your being and someone else's existence? This might sound mystical, it might seem improbable, but the unconscious operates according to its own principles, and those who comprehend these principles can indeed evoke intense and authentic emotions. In this presentation, you'll discover a simple yet powerful nighttime practice rooted in the foundations of analytical psychology, a gesture that, according to Jung, activates the most powerful archetype of love, the one that resides in the shadow, in suppressed longing, in the internal images we create of those we cherish. Prepare yourself, because from this moment forward, you'll perceive love, desire, and emotional connection from an entirely new perspective. This isn't merely a technique, it's a gateway to the unconscious. And when you understand how this operates, that person you thought you had lost might wake up tomorrow with you occupying their thoughts. If this subject has moved you, please write in the comments section now, "I want to gain access to the unconscious." This may appear to be a simple sentence, but it carries tremendous intention. And your participation here is not only welcomed, but absolutely essential. When you comment, you help others discover Carl Jung's secrets, the mysteries of the mind, and the quiet force that drives our relationships. And this has the potential to transform lives. Take advantage of this opportunity and leave a like, because it shows me that you value this type of deep content, and subscribe, because today you'll discover a lesson that could alter the course of your relationships. The promise in the title is genuine. There exists something you can do before going to sleep. Something that activates an invisible connection, something that works on the subconscious of the person you love and causes them to wake up thinking about you, feeling something inexplicable. And now, having opened the door to the unconscious, you're ready to walk through it, because what I'm about to show you transcends logic and directly touches the secret language of the soul. When the person you desire seems distant, cold, or indifferent, it's natural to feel helpless. But what if the problem doesn't lie in what you say or do externally, but in the way you connect with the invisible field that unites minds and hearts? Carl Jung was among the first to discover that the unconscious isn't simply a repository of repressed memories. It's also an active channel, a symbolic space where all intentions, images, and emotions take shape and often manifest in the external world through what he called synchronicity. Jung stated that when something deeply touches us, even without logical explanation, a secret language operates, and this language is constructed from symbols, emotions, and mental images. Now imagine what happens when, before going to sleep, you direct your mind with clear intention, wrapped in genuine feeling, while the body relaxes and the ego's defenses dissolve. It's precisely in this state that the unconscious begins to operate more freely, and everything you mentalize in this moment can echo on levels that transcend logic. Jung believed that by falling asleep with a powerful image in your mind, such as the face of someone you love, wrapped in gratitude or sincere desire for connection, you activate hidden forces and even gain access to the collective unconscious, a shared field where symbols and archetypes interweave, and then everything begins to change. The person you visualize doesn't just receive an image of themselves in your mind. They feel it, because when intention is emitted with genuine emotions, it transcends the barriers of language and reaches the subtle field of the unconscious, where we are all somehow connected. And this invisible bond, when stimulated appropriately, can awaken memories, dreams, intense experiences in the other person, even without their understanding why. This is why so many people speak of waking up with someone in their head without explanation, because behind the scenes of rationality, something has been touched. Carl Jung wasn't speaking about magic, but about psychology so deep that it seems like magic. He said that the unconscious is shaped by images and intentions, and when we sleep, we are closer to ourselves and others. It's the perfect time to send quiet messages that are actually extraordinarily powerful. And here lies the secret. Because if you learn to enter this state with awareness, purpose, and sincere emotions, you can activate something in the other person that words could never achieve. So if you feel this connection is possible, write in the comments now. I feel this connection, and if you've ever had an experience where you thought about someone before going to sleep, and the next day that person appeared, sent a message, or appeared in a dream, tell me about it in the comments. Your story can help other people understand that this is real, that it's not coincidence, it's synchronicity. And furthermore, if you want to know exactly how to use this state of consciousness to positively influence the mind of your beloved person, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal to you now is the most practical and transformative part of all this. Now that you understand the power that lies in directed intention in the nocturnal state, it's time to transform this knowledge into practice. Because knowing that the collective unconscious responds to symbols and images is one thing, but consciously experiencing this with clarity and emotional focus is something entirely different. And that's precisely where true transformation begins. When the person you love is distant, perhaps emotionally unavailable, perhaps physically absent, there exists a quiet, deep, and invisible way to make contact with them. It's not about manipulating, much less forcing something. This is the opposite of that. It's about releasing control and accessing the field where soul recognizes soul. The field that Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, where archetypes and universal patterns meet. In this nocturnal exercise, you activate this field using 3 pillars: visualization, emotion, and intention. And for this, no esoteric ritual or complex practice is needed. Only a moment for yourself in the silence of night, when the body is ready for sleep and the mind begins to immerse itself in the perfect state. Lie down comfortably, turn off all lights, and take 3 deep breaths. Allow your breathing to clear the most agitated thoughts of the day. Then summon in your mind the image of the person you wish to touch. See their face clearly. Feel their presence at your side as if you were sharing this moment with them. But don't just see their appearance. Feel them. Warm this image with genuine emotions, feeling, love, gratitude. And it's very important that you feel gratitude, even if this person has withdrawn, even if they remain silent. Gratitude is a powerful vibration capable of opening channels blocked by pain, fear, or attachment. When you feel that this image lives within you, say in your mind gently and with conviction, "You can leave, but if this is love, you will return." This sentence has power that transcends words. It carries the archetype of surrender, detachment, trust, while simultaneously conveying to the other person's subconscious that love exists, but not imprisonment, desire, but independence. By repeating this practice each night for several days, you will not only influence your own emotional field, but also send subtle, yet strong vibrations that can begin to touch the other person's psyche without their conscious knowledge. And why does this work? Because in the world of the unconscious, there are no walls, only bridges. And when this person begins to miss you, wants to seek you out, or dreams about you, they may not even know why. But you will know. You planted that seed in the invisible field of emotional connection. Now, if you felt something genuine while imagining this practice, write in the comments, "I choose to trust the invisible." If you've already experienced something similar, or if this phrase touched your heart, share your experience. Each of your comments helps other people understand that love, when guided by consciousness and surrender, finds paths that aren't always logical, but are true. And if you think this is powerful, prepare yourself, because in the next section, I'll show you how all of this connects directly with the most instinctual and powerful part of your mind, the shadow. And perhaps that's precisely where the real reason lies for why you attract, connect with, and fall in love with the same person who activates you emotionally in ways you don't yet understand. Perhaps now you're beginning to realize that everything that seemed to be simply an intimate desire to meet or reconnect with the person you love extends far beyond conscious desire. There's something pulsing at a deeper level, something that Carl Jung's psychology helps us understand with clarity and sensitivity. Because when you perform this exercise before going to sleep, when you visualize with emotions, when you release with intention, you're not trying to control anyone, you're not trying to manipulate feelings or force destiny. What you're truly doing is accessing the most subtle and authentic part of yourself while simultaneously touching an unconscious point in the other person, where what Jung called the anima or animus, the psychic image of femininity in man and masculinity in woman, this archetype is a powerful force that guides our desires, our passions, our loving projections. It's as if within each person there exists an idealized figure that we constantly seek in another person without even realizing it. And when we meet someone who activates this archetype, we feel something immediate, inexplicable, almost magical. But this magic isn't in the other person. It's in us, reflecting back. That's why when you deeply think about a person who touches you emotionally, when you send love and freedom at the same time, you give that love space to be true, not an unconscious prison. It's a gesture that honors what Jung taught, that true love is born when we stop projecting our needs onto the other person and begin to clearly see who is truly before us. In the moment when you visualize this person and say in your mind, you can leave, but if this is love, you will return. You break with patterns of attachment, control, and fear of abandonment. You tell your subconscious that you trust, that you accept, that you're ready to experience something more authentic, more mature. And by doing this, you awaken in the other person's invisible field a vibration that doesn't force, but invites, an emotional presence that doesn't demand, but touches. And when this happens, they may wake up the next day with you in their thoughts, with an unnamed longing, with a desire to seek you out, not knowing exactly why. Because the subconscious recognizes the gesture, understands this language, and often responds. That's why so many people report unexpected encounters, messages that appear from nowhere, dreams about someone they haven't seen in a long time. True connection, when it respects the other person's time and is born from emotional release, has the power to overcome distance and quietly awaken memories, feelings, impulses. It's important to remember, however, that the true goal isn't simply to make that person return. It's about discovering that true love doesn't restrain. It allows, it doesn't suffocate, it breathes. And when this energy manifests, it's felt at a level that no rational conversation could achieve. Now I want you to write in the comments with complete intention. I release so that true love may come. And if at some point you felt that someone was thinking about you, even from afar, or you had experiences that seemed inexplicable, share that as well. Each story helps other people connect with these truths that Jung pointed out so long ago, and shows that the unconscious feels, reacts, and when sincerely touched, transforms. And stay with me, because what I'm about to show you may be the most powerful insight of all. Why do you unconsciously feel attracted precisely to those who challenge you most emotionally? And what does this reveal about your own inner journey? If you watch this video to the end, don't forget to give it a like and click on one of the videos displayed on the screen. There, I'll reveal something extraordinary to you.